Hello everyone, welcome to STAROT. This is where the sacred science of astrology meets the esoteric wisdom of the tarot. And together we will explore those meanings in astrology. We will also work through the lens of Anthroposophy, Christian Hermeticism, and the Buddha. We're going to work all of this with the planetary transits as they are moving from through the heavens above. So in my last video, I shared with you all the spiritual significance of Aries in relation to the esoteric tarot. We were working with the Fool as the sun in Aries, and also we were working with the Chariot, which is Mars in esoteric symbolism. So if you missed that, you might want to check it out so you can catch up with us. So I like to set the stage before giving the 10-day forecast because I feel that the tarot really has such great symbolism to really help us to get some insight. It's like opening up our awareness centers so that we can understand more what is taking place within as well as what is going on with the heavens above. So that I'm not just here giving you a forecast, but we're setting a nice foundation of the tools that we can work with at home as we contemplate these planetary transits as well as these beautiful spiritual teachings that I'm going to share with you. All right? So now we have moved into the second phase of Aries, and it is governed by the sun. And so the esoteric symbol here is the magician. I was going to say musician, but it is the magician, can do many things. And the insight here comes from Robert Powell, whose teachings are very grounded in ancient Hermeticism. And so the magician is the key to all the other major arcana. It is the origin point. It is the creative primordial principle, right? It's the one from which everything else unfolds. So with the image at the very beginning of the tarot journey, number 1, let's take a look at him. I'm going to see if I can hold this up right for you. So he is standing at the table here, right? His feet are firmly on the ground. He is reflecting and tapping into his intuition, though, by gazing off to the left. That's what that wants to tell you. And on the table before him are the very important tools, 4 in particular, which represent the basic elements of life. We have the wand to represent fire, warmth, and authority. We have the knife to represent air, and effort, and with the capacity to cut through many things that might be going on. We have the coins, which is the earth element, and this is the work that needs to get done on earth as it is in heaven. And we also have the chalice, and this is water, love, passion, and sacrifice. So he holds the wand in his active right hand, and he is raising it up toward the heavens above. And in his left, he has on the receptive side this sphere that he is holding. And this suggests the feminine and the masculine, which he seeks to bring together, right? His tunic is blue on the left and red on the right, another to signify this receptive awareness and active passion that they are held in balance. His hat has a wide open brim in the shape of a lemniscate. This signifies a willingness to learn and develop. This lemniscate is the figure 8. It represents infinity, rhythm, the breath, circulation, and this effortless movement that we have in life. So the magician here acts as a bridge. He embodies the Hermetic principle, as above, so below. I see him as the gatekeeper between the spiritual and the material. And in Valentine Tomberg's book on Meditations on the Tarot, he states the first and fundamental principle of the magician is learn first with concentration without effort. Then transform work into play and make every yoke you have accepted easy and every burden light. So I will say that again. Concentration without effort. Work transformed into play, and the yoke made easy, the burden made light. So this is mastery. This is the magician. He has moved from the thinking realm into the heart realm, into his center of conscious thinking, has moved here, from the head to the heart, from the cerebral to the rhythmic, from the thinking to the feeling. And this center is the rhythmic system. It's the heart beating, everything flowing, our breath, our movement. This circulation gives us life. This is what gives us the will to act and flow from a heart-spaced awareness. And in the Christos Sun Meditations by Randall Scott, he designates the second decan in Aries, this phase that we are in now. He gives it to the sun, which is our heart chakra. And the teaching here to bring into our heart-spaced awareness is from the Eightfold Path of the Buddha. The teaching is called here right effort. This is what we want to focus on, right endeavor, over the next 10 days while we're taking all of this energy in from the planets moving, the heavens above. So this is about being this right endeavor, right effort. It's about being wise with your energy. It's about understanding that your mind is a garden and you are the gardener. So the Buddha described it as to actively water the good, all of the compassion, generosity, kindness, clarity, and courage. We want to cultivate these qualities with intention and deliberation. And this is where the will comes in, the right effort, the right endeavor to tend to the good so that it will flourish. And the magician, he holds his wand with ease. And that is the goal of right endeavor, to practice daily and consistently so that it no longer feels like effort. It becomes second nature. This is the way. So now that we've prepped the psyche and the scene, let's dive into the 10-day forecast. So we know that we still have a stellium, everyone. There are many planets gathered in Pisces. The winged messenger Mercury, the disciplinarian Saturn, the energizer Mars, and nebulous Neptune. They are all merged in these Piscean waters of oneness. So this is an opportunity for us to call upon Mercury's clarity, be transformed by the fire of Mars, strengthened by Saturn, and lifted by Neptune's loving inspiration. That is the highest current of this energy. It is an opportunity to release old behaviors and thought patterns that no longer serve and let them dissolve into the waters of Pisces. So moving on to April 28th and 29th, we have the moon moving through a series of oppositions: Mars, Saturn, Neptune, Mercury, each one polarizing the emotional body from different places. There may be heaviness, friction, temptation to retreat, or alternatively to react. So let your inner magician and right endeavor be your anchor. Then on April 30th, the winged messenger Mercury moves from Pisces into Aries. This is new energy happening, folks, and it's meeting up with Chiron, and this is the wounded healer. So this conjunction can bring conscious awareness, a language that is around these tender spaces within. And the tools on the magician's table, though, I want to remind you, they can offer clarity, cleansing, grounding, and warmth, right? On May 1st, we have a full moon in Libra. This is the peak of the week. It is a time for celebration. The sun in Aries is shining the full light across the sky onto the moon, Libra. And this is the warrior self and the relational self, the individual will and the scales of right relationship. We have the moon receiving the moral impulse of the sun with the courage to endeavor and live rightly. The Libra moon receives illumination and asks for harmony in our relationship with others as well as within ourselves. So at this full moon Aries, we also have the harmonizer Venus is going to join up with Uranus, the awakener, and they're in Taurus. They will also be trining Pluto, the transformer, and sextiling Saturn, the memory holder. So let's break this down. Basically, expect the unexpected in the realm of what you truly love and desire. There can be a flash of insight in matters of the heart. You may get a sudden burst of energy to create art while listening to beautiful music like Mozart, Bach, or Vivaldi. And you may even want to beautify or decorate your living space, because that's what Venus in Taurus does, everyone. She really wants to beautify her surroundings. So also we have the moon and Mercury. They're both square to Pluto. And this can bring power dynamics that may surface. We're talking about in our relationships and in the inner life. So the invitation here is transformation through truth. So the second phase of Aries is what this is asking. We've got the magician. We've got the Buddha teaching us these things. We have all the tools. They have been placed on the table before us. And if we strive for the right endeavor and are willing to dedicate 5 to 15 minutes of our time each day for a spiritual practice, contemplating the Buddhist path this next 10 days with right endeavor, thinking about the magician and all the tools that we have right before us, and we cultivate these energies, it will start to help you to become more peaceful, and then it will give you the strength that is needed to face any task. Just a few minutes a day, folks. 5 to 15, okay? So this is the path of the magician, the right effort. And this is what the sun is illuminating in this second phase for us. Alrighty, so these cosmic conversations were created for your contemplation and your spiritual guidance. And so together we can begin to gain insight and spiritual awareness, spiritual perception to the energetic forces that are operating above, as well as below, within, as well as without, all around us. We start to get more in touch with these planetary happenings, and we contemplate these Christian teachings, the Buddha teachings, getting into the ancient Hermetic esoteric symbolism of the tarot with the magician and the fool and the chariot, and you will really start to give yourself a good springboard to jump from, jumping into the next phase of Aries. So do join me in 10 more days and we will go into the final phase of Aries, the last 10 days of the sun in Aries before moving into the next phase with Taurus. All right, thank you again for joining me. I am sending you all so much love, and God bless, and we'll see you next time. Peace to all. Bye-bye.